The dense canopy of the northern forest began to thin, giving way to a small road where the village of Oakhaven lay huddled against the base of a jagged ridge. Xeeona moved slowly with grace, each step through the deep, frozen drifts a testament to the discipline of his athletic frame. The poison from the thief's dart still simmered in his blood, a dull, throbbing heat that made the scar on his receding brow ache in the cold. Beside him, Brannic Quicktoe was uncharacteristically quiet, his vibrant plum cloak stained with the grey slush of the trail, his eyes darting toward the obsidian shadows of the pines. They reached the outskirts of the village, but the expected sounds of a living village, the ring of a blacksmith's hammer, the shouts of children, the scent of baking bread, were absent. Instead, there was only the scenery of untended cattle and the rhythmic creak of a swinging gate. Xeeona slowed, his thumb resting on the guard of his unadorned shortsword. He scanned the streets with cold, green-grey eyes that missed nothing. "Something is wrong," Xeeona murmured, his voice a dry ruh. He noted the lack of struggle. No doors were splintered, no fires had been set to the thatched roofs, and no corpses littered the muddy lanes. Even the livestock remained in their pens, safe and unmolested. It was a ghost town, preserved in a moment of absolute terrifying normalcy. Perhaps they saw us coming and decided a halfling and a half-elf weren't worth the trouble, Brannic offered, though his voice lacked its usual bravado. Xeeona didn't answer. He stepped into the village square, his boots crunching on the frost-hardened earth. Suddenly, a figure erupted from behind a stack of seasoned firewood. It was a man, his face a mask of terror and filth, wielding a rusted scythe with a desperate wild strength. He screamed a wordless war cry, charging directly at Xeeona. The ranger did not flinch. His reaction was efficient and brutal, stripped of any real flair. He stepped inside the arc of the scythe, the metal whistling past his shoulder, and delivered a sharp, compact strike with the hilt of his sword to the man's chin. The villager collapsed into the mud, gasping for air as his weapon clattered away. Xeeona loomed over him, his shadow long and menacing. "I have no quarrel with you, man. Speak. Why is this place a tomb?" The villager looked up, his eyes wide with a mixture of fear and confusion. "You, the half-elf, and the little one, he told us. The warrior told us you were coming." "What warrior?" Xeeona demanded, his grip tightening on his sword. "A man. Handsome, like a lord from the south," the villager wheezed, clutching his chest. "He came yesterday. Warned the elders that a half-elf ranger, a vagabond with a scarred face, and a dangerous halfling assassin were hunting for sport. He said you'd bring fire and blood. Then at night the arrows started, black-shafted things that hissed through the air. Everyone panicked. They fled into the deeper woods, thinking the butchers had arrived. I stayed. I'm tired of being hunted by bullies." Xeona's jaw tightened. The warrior had described them perfectly, weaponizing the village's fear. This wasn't a bandit's raid or an orc's hunger. It was a calculated game of psychological attrition. Someone was sculpting a narrative of betrayal and malice around them, isolating them even from the innocent villagers. "We are not your enemies," Xeeona said, his voice softening slightly as he looked at the man's shaking hands. He reached out, helping the villager to his feet with the same strength he used to kill. "But we are being followed by someone who finds your terror amusing." High above, perched on the steep shingled roof of the village tavern, the obsessive thief watched. He adjusted his grey-white cloak, blending seamlessly into the stone and wood. A thin, brilliant smile stretched across his face as he watched the ranger's patience fray. The thief did not need a blade to win this fight. He had the hearts of men to play with, and the masterpiece was nearly finished.